It's my very real pleasure to introduce to you Graeme Yukich. Graeme is the dominant force in coffee in West Australia. And Graeme, you have the very best advantage having the brands of Fiori, Supreme Coffee Machines and Crema in your stable. So how did all that come about?
Well, Jim, that came about, there is a bit of a story to it. Our sort of family history has been involved in wine, and with post-GFC we were looking at other businesses, and we're also based in the Swan Valley, and we were looking at other businesses that we could get involved in that had some similar characteristics. And surprisingly, coffee does have some similar characteristics.
Pretty natural fit.
Yep. And as I say to people these days, I'm in the legal drug business, uppers and downers, coffee and wine. And so we were looking for a while, and then through GMO, I got a chance to meet yourself, and you said, I've got this potential business called Fiori Coffee out in Osborne Park, and I said, that looks interesting. And we went out there, and it was in a small little unit.
Yeah.
And I love coffee, and I must say I did enjoy Fiori Coffee. So, and that started the process. And
So it was a marriage made in heaven, wasn't it?
Well, it took a while. I mean, it took us 6 months to actually acquire the business, from the time we first went and saw it to the time the actual settlement occurred. And I went through times where I didn't think we were, but I must say I'm so happy that we did.
Oh, good.
It turned out to be one of the best acquisitions and change in business, and also led on to some other business opportunities.
And that's an important part of what has happened, because by commencing with Fiori and then the addition of Supreme and then the recent addition of Crema to the group, it is a very logical and complementary business model.
Certainly is. We sort of shifted Fiori from Osborne Park out to the Swan Valley, out to Oakover, where Oakover Wines is, and that went very smoothly, and we slowly built the business at a reasonable rate, and then we started looking around. We're always looking. It was about 3.5, nearly 4 years later, the opportunity to start looking or acquiring Supreme coffee machines, and that was funny, because that was a business I used to notice all the time on Great Eastern Highway, driving past there so many times, and I used to always wonder about that particular business, as in, it looked interesting.
In many times it is a situation that these things are meant to be, and part of what GMO likes to do is to match the appropriate business to the appropriate person, and in that way everyone is in a better position. It is ideally it's a win-win strategy to apply businesses that are complementary to one another. And I think, Graeme, to your credit, you've seen the opportunity, and those opportunities work well together.
Well, definitely, in relation to Supreme, that allowed us to, we were doing a lot of servicing of our machines anyway, and so that allowed us to, take more control over that. We also were purchasing quite a few coffee machines, so that allowed us to acquire directly instead of going through a third party, and then from that's allowed us to offer a more complete service to our existing customers and potential new customers.
And I think the ultimate rationale for grouping businesses together is to provide a better quality of service at a more reliable and controlled manner than what you would be able to do by not having the integration. So to your great credit, Graeme, I think that's an excellent move.
Yeah.
And we thank you for choosing GMO to assist you in the process.
Well, you've been always, I must say, extremely helpful, and have made the process relatively easy in all three acquisitions, actually. If we go through them, they've really gone through with it, no hitches at all.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and we've had to look at a lot of businesses over the time, and I'll give you your patience to keep on saying, what about this one, what about that? And as I always said, is that any business we do get involved with has to add 1 + 1 has to be more than 2. So it had to be viewed at least be 2.5 to 3. And
we always make it 3.
So that was our aim, and And so far, so good.
Very good.